Hey guys, what's up? I'm DoubleX with my pal Tyler and Adam, and we're here for another DoubleX Reactions with CinemaSin's recent episode of Everything Wrong With Blank. And this time we have The Lion King in 13 minutes or less. So let's just make sure the volume's all good. And let us watch.
Vamos.
The 33-second Disney logo in the 90s makes me thankful this isn't a Pixar joint as well. One of the best animated movies of all time opens with something powerful and dramatic. And for so many of the images and a well-constructed opening, we're going to take off 3 sins right off the bat. These lazy-ass birds are lazy. This is a ritual that needs to be done for some reason. And God shares his approval of the new lion cub by shining light down at the appropriate moment. Hopefully he'll save Simba's dad when the time comes, too.
God damn it! Oh!
Wouldn't any mammal with a hernia be in basically the same amount of pain/anger? Scar pretty much had no choice but to be a villain, since his parents named him Scar, and he was born with evil eyes.
Drop him.
Is this something that happens enough that Mufasa is only mildly upset that Scar tried to swallow Zazu? Why would Zazu even show up at his lair by himself if that's the case?
What am I going to do with him?
I don't know, but after this scene, I would definitely be on the lookout for Scar to pull some straight-up Hamlet. So they got James Earl Jones and Madge Sinclair to basically reprise their roles as King and Queen from Coming to America. So does that mean Simba's going to go to Queens and work at a McDowell's? Does Simba one day get pulled over for having a transvestite hooker in his car?
Everything is our kingdom.
Manifest destiny.
What about the shadowy place?
That's beyond our borders.
Okay, first of all, if it's a shadowy place, then the light ain't touching it, and Simba shouldn't have to ask. Second of all, you just said the light and sight were your borders. But now suddenly, oh yeah, we have interior borders around that scary place. I forgot.
Everything
That scary place.
exists together in a delicate balance.
That's why there are gazelle bounding nearby with no fear whatsoever that I might eat them at any moment. Just like the real Africa.
When we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. And so, we are all connected in the great circle of life.
I'll be sure to tell the antelope that when they're grieving over their loved ones getting eaten.
I knew that was coming.
Mufasa allows Simba to be a dick to his loyal servants.
I never get to go anywhere.
You're like 6 days old, dude. Jesus.
When I'm king, what'll that make you?
Why does everyone assume that Scar won't die well before Mufasa does? And why does Scar think he'll ever have a shot at the throne anyway? Scar seems well beyond the years where his possible royalty would even matter that much to it. He should have thought about killing Mufasa long ago, before Simba was even born. Simba walks in on Nala while she's taking a bath.
Betrothed,
Well,
intended, affianced.
I mean, you're gonna do it. Oh, I'll just press the button for the stimulator. I mean, the elevator.
But you two turtle doves have no
I
choice.
did not
Having no
understand
choice is like
It
the
did.
baseline attribute of a Disney character.
Free to run around all day, free to do it all my way.
Simba is outlining exactly how he'll bring about the downfall of the entire kingdom. Selfishness and excessive playtime. This whimsical break in the song could have been genuinely tragic. Look, I know we're in a cartoon musical where anything can happen, but I'm drawing a line at synchronized animal pyramid stacking. Zazu survives this. Damn it.
All right, it worked.
Right, our plan to distract Zazu with song and then trap him under a rhino's butt came off without a hitch. How f***ing lucky are we?
Hey, jeez, it was my idea.
It was? I distinctly remember you saying,
So how are we gonna ditch the dodo? Oh, I know.
and it was Simba doing the talking until Zazu interrupted. So how did you come up with it, Nala? You lying whore? The elephant graveyard is creepy and cool, but how do all the elephants know to come here right before they die? Wouldn't some of them be like, I'm dying right here where I am? Or are you saying they die, but then other elephants or hyenas or some animal carries the bones all the way here just to keep this creepy spot a thing? Zazu's zombie corpse shows up just in the nick of time to start what we here at CinemaSins would now like to call the Flying Dead.
Did we order this dinner to go? No. Why? 'Cause there it goes!
Nice joke, considering you spent precious seconds of escape time to come up with it.
Where's Zazu?
Do you even worry about Zazu anymore after a rhino sat on his body? Hungry hyenas have a hot bowl to put food in that merely makes said food blast off like a rocket. No wonder they're starving. This is the longest spine anyone has ever
Common
slid down
sense.
to escape in the history of
Comes
spine
down.
slide escapes. I'm actually fine with Mufasa knowing Simba was in the elephant graveyard, but knowing exactly where he was to save him in time? So Scar's plan to get Simba into the northern border actually worked, but if he successfully killed Simba, then what? Was his plan to then kill Mufasa? Literal big shoes to fill reference.
You deliberately disobeyed me.
You just said that 2 minutes ago.
You deliberately disobeyed me.
Is this a repetitive ad or a copy-paste screenwriter? Discuss.
Well, no. It wasn't exactly like they was alone, Scar.
Yeah, they were. They were very alone for a good long while, but then you started talking before eating them and let them run away somehow. Then they weren't alone. Wow,
Jeremy
Scar
Irons.
found a way to get nature itself on board with his musical number. Oh, this is a huge, previously unseen hyena contingent just sitting around in the dark until now. It seems like Scar has the power to become king right here. Just simply through song. If you can find the right lyrics, something insane would happen, and I bet you could dethrone Mufasa in no time. Maybe frightened wildebeest would stampede down into a gulch like this. Maybe they wouldn't. I have my doubts. But my real question is, with a ridge that steep, how come half of them aren't falling and slipping and rolling all the way down this steep-ass goddamn rock surface? There's a clear area to the right here, but Simba also went to the Prometheus school of running away from things. Simba is, for any length of time, able to outrun the herd. Simba falls out of Mufasa's mouth here, but of course isn't trampled, because math.
The king.
Well, this movie has some balls. The death of Mufasa is something very few cartoons are willing to do. It's plot appropriate, it's dramatic, so we will remove 5 sins. Despite that, though, Scar gets a massive lucky break after being super unlucky, doesn't he? This whole plan should definitely have worked without a hitch, but Mufasa's a bastard and survives all the way up to the point where Scar is forced to straight up murder him. Not only that, everything with the cliff is perfect so that Simba doesn't see this.
Dad?
Getting your hopes up, wildebeest. Also, where the hell was this guy when the massive stampede was going on? Did he oversleep or something? Did he wake up and look at his watch and say, "Shit, I'm late for the stampede"?
On the way and never return.
Question, why doesn't he just kill and or eat Simba right now? There are no witnesses. And if he's telling him to run away, there's obviously a benefit for Scar to having Simba out of the picture. And he's a wimpy baby lion, who you already tried to have killed earlier anyway. So why send away alive the one dude that can challenge your claim to the throne? This is so much worse than monologuing.
Kill him.
What? This is even worse than not killing him. Why didn't you kill him 6 seconds ago? Why are you letting this turn into a game for the hyenas and You know them dead, right? They're the fools that failed you last time, dog. The You have to find this to avoid the hyenas, but the movie glosses over that and he's at the top before they even catch up. Simba survives this. Simba's mom just accepts he's dead, with no body to be found, mere hours after everything went down. Zazu conveniently forgets that Scar punched him into a rock a minute ago when this started getting real. It's almost like he forgets the guy has all the markings of a true villain, that this is what he wanted all along and he was probably responsible for it. Buzzards start swirling around an animal that is clearly not dead and hasn't begun to decay for them to be attracted to it yet. Timon and Pumbaa ex machina. But my question is, why do they even give a
It means no worries for the rest of your
Downtown.
day.
Even if you kill your dad, we promise that's not bad.
Wait.
Cute song, but shaving his claws down like this is a horrible idea that only endangers him further out here in the wild, you dolt.
And it hurt that my friends never stood down with.
Seriously, fart jokes are the literal easiest, laziest comedy there is, and it bothers me to see them in otherwise brilliant films like this. Also,
And I got downhearted every time that I...
Not in front of the kids.
so it's completely okay to show and sound out farts on screen, just not call them by their name. Gotcha.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata glosses over the thing that made Timon an outcast. Did he murder a family of 4? I bet he murdered a family of 4. How Bug's life should have ended. Simba definitely wasn't interesting around the time he grew into an adult. So we'll tell that story and dissolves as he walks across a log. Zazu can get his head between these bone bars, but not the rest of his tiny-ass body. Scar wanted to be king, for some reason. More food? Surely he had enough. More women? Knowing Scar, definitely not. So what the hell did he want from being king? At least King Claudius wanted to get a wife out of the deal. I don't see what Scar's motive is. The only thing he did was make the hyenas and lions live together. And then profits?
It's a small world after all.
No, anything but that.
Annoying Disney tune was around even in the time Africa existed. On a scale of lazy-ass writing, burp jokes are literally one slot above fart jokes.
What mook made that up?
I'm wondering something. Did Disney ask Billy Crystal to do this voice? And when he turned it down, they got Nathan Lane to do a Billy Crystal impression. Some of them think these flower petals spell out sex when Simba falls into them. I think a lot of you have dirty minds. Hey, look, I think I see a vagina in those flowers. Ninja Magic Medicine Monkey was so ninja, I wonder why any of this movie had to happen.
Jungle, the lion sleeps tonight.
Movie about remote African animals, simply jam-packed with pop culture references. You know, for kids. Thankfully for the resolution of the story, Nala wanders really f***ing far from the Pride Lands to hunt, and does so on the huge continent of Africa, in the exact direction where Simba is. Phew, close one there. Also, Nala, a freaking force of nature lioness, can't catch up to a freaking warthog. By the way, Simba should get his ass kicked in this fight. He's been living the Hakuna Matata life, remember? He hasn't never had to hunt or do anything badass his entire life.
Pleasure's all mine.
Wait a minute. Pumbaa was food a minute ago. Are you telling me if someone vouches for him, he ceases to be food?
Lady, have you got your lions crossed?
Has any Disney movie loved puns more than this one? I don't think so, is what I'm saying.
Obligatory song.
I realize they knew each other as kids and were betrothed even as kids, and that they're still the only two lions way out here. But still, this "hey, I recognize you, now I love you" seems rushed as hell. Well, they're not running away from any danger, but a sudden hill shows up again out of nowhere that they can fall down. Possibly so this G-rated film can have something that substitutes for a sex scene without alarming the MPAA.
Simba, if you don't do something soon, everyone will starve.
Why can't you do something? Why can only the heir to the throne we just now learned was alive do something?
Now are you satisfied?
No.
Hi, Matthew Broderick.
Post-coital argument.
He's alive, and I'll show him to you.
Rafiki gets Simba's hopes up again, only to show him the idea of his dad being alive as one of those metaphorical things. I think Simba would have been happier with one of those Hogwarts paintings of living dead people. The power was inside you all along, cliche. Cool maybe, I suppose, but would Simba have gone back to claim his throne without this supernatural dad vision? I feel like his character would have been stronger if he hadn't needed this vision to make the choice. Am I alone here?
You have forgotten who you are, and so forgotten me.
Yeah, maybe so. But he was a kid when you died. If you had this magical cloud power before, maybe you could have given him a boost. Simba's going home, but you know what? This scene isn't inspiring enough. Let's add a shooting star. You know what? We need another. Okay, one more and we'll call it a perfect shot. Thank you. Man, the vegetation all dies, the weather is terrible. Everything about this entire ecosystem is based on the sitting Lion King's evilness or goodness.
You guys have to create a diversion.
Oh, really? What did you plan to do if Timon and Pumbaa didn't make the trip? Huge distraction caused in order to remove 3% of the hyenas in their path. Seems worth it.
Tell me it's not true.
It's true.
Simba tells the truth, but somehow doesn't give the full story. One that he would easily be forgiven for, even if it's 100% true. You'd think as an adult he'd be like, my stupid little kid roar caused a bunch of wildebeest to stampede? I think not.
Then you're guilty.
No, I'm not a murderer.
I mean, seriously, Simba makes things way worse by simply not telling the story. And murder? Does anyone in the Pride actually think baby Simba could have pulled off a straight-up murder of Mufasa? Lightning strikes nearby and sets it on fire during the climax cliche. Wait, what the f*** is going on? Well, it's over now. Benson has joined the battle. Also, the f*** was this asshole waiting for? The battle to turn in the hero's favor?
Are you talking to me?
Now they're in for it.
They call me Mr. Pig!
Finally, taxi driver and In the Heat of the Night, together at last.
Run away, Scar. And never return.
Hey, that's exactly what Scar told Simba to do earlier. Villain does some bullshit to justify the good-hearted hero straight up killing them cliche. I'm sorry, I want him to win, for sure, but Simba has never been in a fight. Unless during that unimportant time where he was walking across a log and aged 5 years, he's somehow joined a dojo or something we didn't see, he should get his ass kicked right here. Rain comes to wash away the fire just in time for Simba to be king again. You'd think with this kind of higher power, there wouldn't have been a conflict to begin with. Simba does the thing that killed his dad in the first place. And in no time, all the vegetation and life grew back and began to flourish, solely due to the moral compass of the current king. Huzzah! Arranged marriages are always accurate and perfect, and you shouldn't fight them.
Sin tally 92. Sentence?
Dethroned. That's great.
You know, I haven't seen that movie in a long while. It got the whole Hakuna Matata basic stuff you remember. But yeah, I didn't realize how much stuff they had in that plot holes in that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a huge piece of childhood, really, for many of us. And seeing this sort of thing, especially with Mufasa being killed, was probably a big childhood scar for many of us. Honestly, didn't really affect me too much. Guess I'm cynical.
Or maybe it's just we like to laugh at things that people give a bit too much praise to.
Indeed. It's
I mean,
more
how many
fantastic.
times have these like Disney movies have been like remastered, revamped, released back in theaters?
More or less, they've probably been like revamped like at least like 1 or 2 times. Like they say like on this type of version, and then they say like it's on platinum version, and it's just like, why can't you just leave a classic as a classic?
I know the answer to that. Because Disney likes to make money.
And their sequels. Let's not even comment on the sequels.
My God.
I didn't see it. I do think it's kind of funny that Timba and Simone actually had his own like movie, the Lion King 1.5. I know it's bad, but it was an interesting approach.
No.
No. It just shouldn't exist, pretty much.
Well, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm DoubleX, Tyler, and Adam, and we will see you next time.
Peace!